Hello again, everyone. How's it going today? Welcome back for more Lego building. It has been a little while. You know, a few months. More than a few months. So we have the fountain garden. I am building in a completely new location in my house. I have, as you can see, there's a light here, there's a light here, there's a light here, and a little annoying. Like I can turn some of these and they won't be as noticeable, but I might get a little bit more shadow, so I'm not sure. I haven't decided what I like yet. We'll see how much reflection we got on the pieces. Unfortunately, this one right here, it's an overhead light. I don't know what I'll do about that yet. But I also have a rebrickable build mat that I got a little while ago, which is pretty neat. Obviously, it does not show up on the full thing. Here is rebrickable. Pretty cool. Has lots of different like geometry elements on it. There's a pretty neat like full geometry thing here with with a bunch of different things to remind you of, you know, how various things fit together. So it's pretty neat. All right. Well, let's go ahead and build our fountain. So my screens are in different locations, and my various windows on those screens are in different locations, so it's going to take some getting used to. But we'll figure it out as I immediately bump a light. Alright, let's see. That is bag number 8. There's 10, 6, 3, 5, 4. So how is everyone doing today? You ordered the set the other day and it's coming this week? Awesome! Awesome. Nice little preview here. I have a few things to build, so there may be extra Lego building sessions in the future, in the near future. There's 2. There's 1. We'll put 1 aside. There's 11. There's 9. Let's see. That is just off. Okay. 8, 7. Some large plates. We have our instruction booklet. Put that away to the side. There we go, and hope those don't fall off the table. What is new in this setup? Not a whole lot new. It's mostly just changes in positions, which takes some getting used to. I used to look to that in that direction at my instructions. Now my instructions are over in this direction, which may change. Like again, I've got a screen here. I've got a screen here and a screen here now. So that's weird, and it's going to take some getting used to. In fact, let me go ahead and move this on there. There we go. That'll help a little bit. You got the new holiday train. I've been very interested in that because of the 3D printed piece that it comes with. Not so sure that I care about the train itself, though. Okay, bricks. Oh, you know what? I don't have a place for brick separators yet. Alright, well, put them there. Okay, so, I will definitely want some feedback. Try to get this, straight there. Got the ghost gift with purchase? Yeah, that's pretty nice. Matte lacks, Maersk blue. It does, it does. Sand blue, bright light blue, dark blue, medium blue, dark turquoise, dark azure, medium azure. good news now is that I may actually know what some of these are. It's nice. I don't know how closely they match. You know what? You know what? Let's see. So beige, which this is what I call beige, it's close. I don't know, it looks more like light nougat, but that might be the coloring. Let's see, what else do we have? Red. Oh yeah, that's a big difference. That is not well color matched. Yellow, also not well color matched. But I suppose if you have the pieces on hand, you can compare them, and that would actually work. Gummy bears are chasing you? That seems issue. What's the current set for Friday? No idea, because I might actually do a longer stream on Friday. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see. Building serenity. Allow yourself to be whisked away to a serene, tranquil garden, and please stay as long as you like. Maybe you feel inspired to nurture your creative roots or cultivate your own little corner of mindful activity and reflection. This is your space. We hope you will feel right at home among the thriving flora and wildlife by the fountain. You might recognize some of them from your own garden or a familiar place you have visited on a treasured trip to your dream destination. Every element is as authentic to the area, culture, and architecture as possible. The gorgeous decorative tiles are inspired by Zelly? I don't know. Tiles which influenced building traditions in North Africa and Southern Europe throughout history, and add a gorgeous, vivid atmosphere to buildings' interior decorations and gardens. We also decided to introduce a new addition to the LEGO Moths and Butterflies collection with the mesmerizing green Spanish moon moth. You can breathe new life into your garden as you move plants to different locations to suit your mood, or let them take turns soaking in the sun or cooling down in the shade. You can even move around larger parts of the model to create different shapes and expressions. Bring this idyllic fountain garden to life, and a tiny bit of summer atmosphere into your home all year round. LEGO Design Team. That's nice. The life in your garden. So we've got Pelophylax perezi, the Iberian water frog, the Emberiza citronella, yellowhammer, that's a bird, Grylcia isabelle, Spanish moon moth, Pelargonium exhortorum, red garden geranium, the bougainvillea, pink bougainvillea flower, Tagetes patula, French marigold, Hibiscus rose sinensis, red hibiscus flower, Vitis vinifera, the grapevine, Petunia axillaris, white petunia, and Cupressus sempervirens, the Mediterranean cypress. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. You also missed LEGO builds? So did I. You missed seeing the modular builds? Well, we'll have to wait until a new one comes out later this year. We should have some idea of what we're going to get pretty soon. They usually come out in January, like January 1st, so we should know. We'll definitely know like 2 weeks before, but information will probably leak out a little bit before that. So I am using the same microphone that I use for my other streams and LPs. The case is different, but the motherboard is the same as the old recordings. So let me know if we get any of the audio pops. Because if I get any audio pops, that confirms to me that it's the microphone. If I get no audio pops, it's evidence that it's not the microphone. So we'll see how that goes. I actually would rather it be the microphone. That would actually be really nice. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But it is a possibility. Alright, let's see. Lots more tiles. 1x2s. I do have the minifigs, yes. I have not gotten the latest set. I do need to run out maybe tomorrow. See if I can get them. I've been very busy and haven't had a chance to go out and get them. New flavor of Alaska-based potato chips at the store? What would they be Alaska-based? Other than, like, spider crab. Half the people will hear pops, half of them won't. Alright, we do have a 4x4 with hole here. And a beige 2x2 in there. Red 1x1s. Definitely thinking about changing up some locations, because I'm looking over here for the instructions, and then I have to look over there for the chat, which is not the most convenient. But that's just like window layout. No hydrate command, no. Because I got water. The dragon has human hands? Witchcraft, yes. Well, I mean, like, I gotta build, you know. Oh, well, fun. So I was thinking about a different set to build, and funnily enough, you had some comments that almost made it this set, but I decided to wait. In part because Lel Bunny is having some computer problems, and I'm hoping that she will be back to work next week to see that build. I got so much to build that it's like it's not a big deal what I build today versus next week and stuff like that. I got a lot. It's been building up. It has been building up. Show the set again? Nope. So it's a special treat for those who paid attention. Plus, there is actually a rewind command on Twitch now. Still mad at Amazon, but not that mad? Oh, be mad. They don't deserve you to not be mad at them. It's Amazon. They have too much money. Which, you know, if you have a Twitch Prime, I mean an Amazon Prime, then you can take some of Jeff Bezos' money and give it to me. Pretty sweet. Howdy, Kinshare, how's it going? Dog on keyboard. That's kind of a new one. Not exactly a new one, but usually it's cats. Cats are usually the ones that like to be on the keyboards. Well, Bubba, it's not one that I will. I mean, like, I'm not gonna build it necessarily next week, but it will probably be next week. So, you know, it's just a matter of waiting and seeing. Get little surprises. Life can be full of surprises. Go ahead and say you should be mad at Amazon as a matter of principle. Right, exactly. Like, there are so many things, so many reasons you can be mad at them. A few weeks ago, you wanted to order a Magic the Gathering bundle you missed. Had enough for it, but then Amazon added like a $23 shipping and handling fee. Oof. Oof. It's your own money, but I can have this. Aw, thank you, Wolfon. I appreciate that. 3-month streak. Nice. Am I going to pick up the Wall-E and Eve set? I don't know. There is a... Like, I can only get so many sets, unfortunately. You know, if I was Jeff Bezos, if I had his level of cash, I would be buying all of the Lego all of the time. Oops. Like, it would be crazy how much Lego I would have. Oh, are we getting a, We're getting a hype train? Really? Huh. Alright, I'm good with a hype train. Wanna know what you miss? A retro game day? Well, it happens. Good to catch a stream. You love my videos on YouTube? Well, thank you, Chutney Bucket. It's been a little while since we've had a Lego building stream, so it is very nice to be back doing it again. Alright, let's see. 16 side stud bricks here. Oh yeah, Moobot, I probably should have turned that part off. Plowth Warthog giving out a nice batch of 5 subs. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Train the hype a bit, yes. It's the hypest of trains. The hypest of trains. Thought you got gifted a sub because you don't want to end up getting an ad for Whispers from the Star. Instead, you should get ads for Whisper of the Heart, which is a Studio Ghibli movie. It's a good one. But really, you should just be, getting ads for Studio Ghibli movies, period. Alright, let's see. 1x4 tiles. The 1x1 side studs. Looks Prism, you hadn't built Lego in like 15 years, been considering getting some for a long time, but for your birthday you got the maple tree, built it with your wife, and now you're absolutely hooked again? I know. It is dangerous. But the sets are so much fun to build. I'm glad you had a good time building with your wife. That is fantastic. I am something of a Lego evangelist. What you like about the new Lego train? No stickers? That's pretty cool. Howdy, Caitlin. How's it going? Someone who just had a random bucket of mismatched Lego pieces as a kid still somehow amazes you that there are actual sets now. Got 7 days of turbo. Nice. Like, I have a lot of nostalgia for the old sets, but at the same time, most sets today are unquestionably better. Alright, so, red 1x1 cylinder plate. I do not have a place to put my spare parts right now. That's gonna have to change. Alright, bag number 2. End up buying the big Hogwarts or the Steamboat or something. The Steamboat looks really nice. Steamboat does look really nice. I need to get the Neuschwanstein castle set. That's what I want. Let's get some of these big bricks over here. 4x6 plates over here. 4x4 plates. Got some 3x3 plates. There we go. You build a blocky car without wheels or a plane that's like white, red, blue, and yellow. Don't think you had any of the little Lego guys either. Ooh, you did miss out. You did miss out. But you can still get Lego today. Next set you will probably get is a Star Trek one. Yeah. That's coming out, I I think about a month from now. Have you seen Himeji Castle in real life in November, and you'll reward yourself with that set after the trip? Nice. I have that. That is going to be built one of these days. One of these days. I love the architecture line. I want them to do more castles. I want Conwy Castle. That'd be awesome. Alright, get those in there. Let's see. 1x8s. On the other hand, Wolfon, like, the great thing about a Lego, especially for a kid, is just, you know, using the imagination. I had a coworker who was kind of complaining about his son and Lego and being like, he brought me this multicolored thing and said it was a robot, and I had no idea what he was talking about. And I'm like, yeah, but to him it is a robot. That's the important thing, you know? Have him show you the elements. Try to get yourself to see that in what he's built. And just appreciate that he's having fun and being creative and stuff like that. And that actually turned him around. That he was like, you know, you're right. So that felt really good. Ooh, got a hype chest. Let's see. What is that? Where is my mouse cursor? There we go. It's a frog. I got a frog. Neuschwanstein has been your favorite castle for many years. So fun that they did a set of it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that one. My favorite castle, though, is Conwy in Wales. Wales has some fantastic castles. I would also like an actual large-scale treasury building from Petra. That would be nice. Howdy, Baker Doze. How's it going? You don't have the cash to buy Lego stuff? That's fair. Aren't toy shops around there, and personally, you're not a fan of online shops? Well, the nice thing about Lego.com, and I don't know how it is in Finland, but the nice thing, like, one thing that I like about shopping at Lego.com, you may not always get the best deals, but you know that all of the money is going to Lego. And because I have a very high opinion of Lego, I like that. I like doing that. Any sets I want Lego to make? I mean, I did just mention all of the, all of the Welsh castles. Wife isn't quite ready to have Lego on display, though, so we don't actually have anywhere to have larger sets. That's the main reason you can't buy larger ones now. It'll get there. It'll get there. Get her into the botanicals collection if she likes like gardening and stuff like that. Like, my mother, who, you know, when I was a kid, happy to buy me Lego all the time, and, you know, when I was really young, would do some building with me and stuff like that, but by no means was she ever a person likely to do building of her own on her own. She has been buying the botanicals sets and enjoying them, and putting them out on display in, you know, in her house and stuff like that. One day you would like to see the United Kingdom and Ireland? Yeah, I luckily went to England, Wales, Cornwall, and Scotland many years ago as a family trip, and it was wonderful. She did receive one of the bouquets for her birthday. You're hoping that'll get her going, but when you originally said, oh, what about flowers, she said, nah, I want the proper stuff like Hogwarts. That's fair. That's fair. Then yeah, get her into the various Harry Potter sets, whichever elements of that she likes. Alright, 3x3s, 1x2 there. 4x6. 2 1x1, 1x4s. Half Irish and have some English, so it would be nice to see it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I have a great old picture of my father on a trip that he took to Ireland, kissing the Blarney Stone. Which I didn't even know he did that until he passed away. That's kind of unfortunate. If you have parents, get them to tell you about all of the stuff they did. Trust me. At least if you're on good terms with them. You'll regret it when they're gone if you don't. Let's see. Alright, get those angled pieces in there. And now we mirror that side down here. Did grow up in West Germany when you were a kid. The last city you remember was Heidelberg. I had a neighbor when I was a kid from Germany, and he had all the cool Lego sets. 12-volt trains and stuff. Oh, I was so jealous. And I need someplace to put my empty bags as well here. So I am getting some reflection from this light here that I am not a fan of. Might try to block that or something. One thing you're surprised and disappointed LEGO hasn't released a steam locomotive, like a proper big one with lots of Technic details and stuff. I don't know what you could do Technic-wise exactly. They have done lots and lots of steam locomotives, though. Minifig scale. Wonka set is one of your favorites that you have? That one is really nice. And I'm also glad that they did the proper Wonka. I haven't gotten that one yet, but I would like to. There is a sale going on right now. Certain retiring sets are on sale. 20, 30, 40, 50% off. I think only one is on 50% off. But it's a decent time to grab some sets that are about to retire at a bit of a discount. The thing that I would like the most in terms of LEGO producing, though, is classic sets. Like not LEGO classics. I mean classical period. Greco-Roman stuff. You know, give me, like... They could have had a whole super awesome castle line. Let's see. These are all set up the same way. These are rotated slightly, so they're not perfectly... So they're not symmetrical. You do want to get them... Well, actually... Okay, you can't actually rotate them to have something else show. There's my plain one. Wary of saying this, because it probably exists, but speaking of locomotives, a Wild Western train Lego set would be cool. So, closest for that was when they had the Lone Ranger, movie license, which is a surprising license, because that movie was not very good and didn't do very well, and I don't think the Lego sets did very well either. But they did have a train from that movie, and it was a pretty decent train as well. And there is a... Was there... Was there an old... No, I don't think there was an old, like, 70s steam locomotive. There might have been. I did Toy Story 1. Yeah, that's true. There was a train from that. I don't remember what it looks like, though. You had a bunch of the Harry Potter sets when you were a kid. They were fun. I'm about to, disintegrate into dust at that comment. It doesn't feel that long ago when LEGO got the Harry Potter license to me. You're like 12. Still, I was not a kid. Oh. I'm just teasing, of course. I love the tile work here. It's very nice. But yeah, I mean, like, it is weird to think that LEGO has been doing Harry Potter and Star Wars for like 25 years now. Give or take. You thought everyone was 12 according to the internet? Thank God, no. That would be creepy. Is the teal brick separator rare in set? It's rarer than orange, but it's not that rare, no. Like, it's generally... If the orange brick separator would not stand out, then you tend to get a teal. The rare brick separator is green. It was only in 2 or 3 sets. Like a plain green brick separator. And I actually have all of them. It is also, like, really weird to look at the old, the very early Star Wars and Harry Potter sets, and they're, they are not that good compared to what they do today. What about the extra wide black separator? It's rare only in that it is, like, and I don't have one. It's only in specific sets, like the art sets that use actual like dots to make things. 1x1 cylinder plates and tiles and stuff like that. I do need one, though. Speaking of feeling old, you just realized that you said you grew up in West Germany? That's true. That's true. That's true. That is, it has not been West Germany for many a year. Technically, my neighbor was from West Germany, as opposed to Germany. Back when I was a kid. Okay, and then we have our 2x3 tiles. Let's get these on the corners. Kids who were born after 9/11 definitely make you feel old, yeah. I was at work in a government building on 9/11. Let me add to that. I was at work in a government building in the Washington, D.C. area on 9/11. Alright, spare parts. A green 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. You're gonna make me feel old. You were in 3rd grade during 9/11. I mean, to be fair, you've already made me feel old, so it's like, you know, anything else you say is it's not gonna really do anything else. You already did it. I was in high school during the O.J. Simpson trial. I was in elementary school when the Challenger exploded. Those are my milestones. All right, let's see. 20 1x4 tiles. Now these should be, I think, medium nougat up here. Definitely not the youngest person here. No, probably not. There's one of the fun things is that when you hang around in a community long enough, you go from like the youngest to one of the oldest, and it gets weird. You learn that NASA did think about putting Big Bird on the that Challenger mission. So my mother was a teacher, and I was like, I want her to be on the Challenger mission. After that happened, I was like, I'm glad that didn't happen. Yeah, it was 2001. I mean, it didn't happen to your country. It's perfectly fair to not necessarily remember the year of that. Been there, done that, being the youngest ones. Oh yeah, and howdy, Vigastry. I was once the youngest person in my local Lego club. I am not anymore. I'm not the oldest, though, because there are still a lot of people who've been in that for a long time and everything like that, so there is that. First Final Fantasies were 9 and 10. Also, Final Fantasy Adventure for the Game Boy as a hand-me-down. Since gone back and played all the Pixel remasters. Excellent. Excellent. Gotta know your roots. I think technically my first Final Fantasy was 2, aka 4. Although that was like right when it came out, and I didn't have I just played on the SNES at someone else's house. And I'd only gotten an NES recently, so then I went and played 1. But I might be misremembering. It was 1 or 2. Okay, now we flip it over, and we put some feet. It's cool playing 1 to 6 in order and seeing how they changed up game mechanics over time and established the franchise. Yeah, there was a kind of a long-standing element where the even numbers would be story-based and the odd numbers would be mechanic-based. FF7 for you. You saw it at a cousin's house. Never seen a PS1 game, Final Fantasy, or an RPG before. Loved it to death and got your own PS1 in 1998. I got a PS1 because of Final Fantasy, because Square was going with PlayStation rather than Nintendo. And then I never actually finished 7. Sure that I am centered here. There we go. And then 2x8s. There we go. Yeah, I was not a fan of 7. Howdy up, Cody. How's it going? One day I will, I will go back and play, like, LP, the, PlayStation 1 version of Final Fantasy VII, but I do need to get back to the remake. Oh, I mean, like, that's... I think, like, one of the... Ooh, actually, that should not be there. One of the reasons why it is so hyped is because it was, for so many people, their first RPG. And it's tough to... It's tough to argue with that, you know? It really is. And that's fine, you know? And if people still love it, regardless, you know, that's also perfectly fine. I'm by no means saying that that people should not. Do you like the remake, which was a surprise because you first had a very negative opinion about the idea? Yeah. The thing that I don't like about it is the combat. I do not like the combat. But I like what they did with the story. Well, let me rephrase. I like what they did with the characterizations. Like, I didn't really like Barrett in the original Final Fantasy VII. But then I get to the remake, and Barrett is, like, the best character. Remember FF9 as one of your first RPGs? I was very fascinated by hitting enemies and watching numbers come out of them. To you, the remake was a massive disappointment, only played the first part and you refused to play the rest? Yeah, and that's fair too. These decorated pieces created for the set were inspired by the Zelith style of mosaic tile work. They are frequently found in the architecture of ancient historical sites and monuments in countries such as Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and the Andalusian region of southern Spain. These tiles can be used to create patterns that can be repeated into infinity, which is called tessellation. How many different patterns can you create? I am not going to try. Did like how they have the other Avalanche members have character and not make them just random NPCs with names? Yes. Yeah, I agree. Like, if I could have standard Final Fantasy VII turn-based combat in the remake, then even with the story changes that I'm not a big fan of, I think that the remake would definitely be, like, unconditionally for me, a great game. But I will say, like, one of the funniest things in the first remake game is going up the stairs in the Shinra Tower. Legitimately one of the funniest gaming moments I have had. Like scripted moments. Absolutely hilarious what they did with that. Alright, so get an inverted slope. 1x1 Technic brick. One big turnoff for you is that it's basically an interactive movie. RPGs generally are. Unless they have very little story, I feel like. Computer RPGs, I mean. Let's see. 1x2 log brick, 2x4, 2x2, which doesn't actually do much there. We have our 1x2 or our 2L bars with stops in red, which are going in there for some reason. Join us Saturday for Ald's ongoing D&D movie. I think you mean Inventory Management Simulator, which is also what RPGs are. FF13 was definitely not so much a Final Fantasy game. Yeah, I haven't played that one. I have not played that one. I might eventually. Logistics Simulator, yes. Gotta pay the crew, gotta pay the, pay for food and water. Gotta get the ham, you know. Howdy, Osmosis Streams, how's it going? This is still very loose here. Not sure when we're gonna lock that in together. Let's see, beige 1x1 cylinder plate. So linear from what you watched when H.C. Bailey LP'd it. Yeah, I've heard that the sequels are not as linear. There is the joke that Final Fantasy XIII, you're just running down a corridor the whole game, which is a shame. And it's one of the reasons why I do think that if they want the Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest franchises to live a long time, I think that they really do need to embrace the HD 2D and pixel remaster style and just make new games like that. You know, they can make them a lot faster than a big 3D game and everything like that. As long as they've got a good story, like that's what's going to be important. And I don't think that modern players care so much about graphics. Like, I mean, there's obviously going to be some who are not going to want to play that, but there's tons of people who are not old people, who are not my age, who enjoy, you know, pixel graphics and stuff like that. You know, they could still have the mainline Final Fantasies be these, you know, and Dragon Quests be these big ol' honkin' affairs, but people play retro-style graphics indie games a lot. Yeah, exactly. Did start playing the Trails in the Sky first remake. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I do actually have the original game. I have been thinking about doing that one as an LP or stream. The remake. Because a lot of people have been asking me to play the, you know, Trails in the Sky game, so. It's a company that makes modern games in the style of SNES era games. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them out there and stuff. They're popular, they're faster and cheaper to make. You have an ad break coming up. Still waiting for Ultima 8? I mean, I gotta make you wait. Hopefully forever. Hopefully I die before. Alright, let's see. Okay, so we get the 2x2, or 1x2 with side studs on both sides with a headlight brick on there. The hole in the back of the headlight brick fits into the stud there. And this is the reason why they have the Technic bricks there, because this stud sticks out just a little bit. So putting that there will mean that it is, it's not bumping up against anything. I just realized that it is going to be a pain in the butt to get that in. You know magic, death will not stop me? I mean, if you want to make me a Dracolich after I die, sure. It's fine. Even more time to build with Lego. So I don't know why they do something like this rather than just like Technic pins. I don't know what this gets the designers that... Well, okay, so I guess like this is going to fit in here, and you'll have the space there. Okay, that would do it. Can't blame Lord British for the gender swap in Ultima 8. That's all the Guardian. Oh, I can blame Lord British. I can blame Lord British. You think I can't blame Lord British? That's adorable. It's always Lord British's fault. Especially when it's not his fault. Lego is only until 99. No, actually, let's see. What do I got? Do I have any small things? No, I don't. Alright, let's see. See? 18 plus. 18 plus. Any age over 18. Any age. I feel like Lord British might be paying you, Lord Canis. I need to have a look at your finances now. I don't know that I can trust you. Seem to be on the dole with Lord British. Too many 100-year-olds complain to Lego to get the old 1 to 99 mark removed? Yes, exactly. Alright, get this around the tree hole. You thought Lego was 6+? It depends on the set. Some sets are 4+, some sets are 5+. Some are 6+, some are 7+, some are 8+. I don't think there are any 9+. I think then it jumps to a 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. Not that, like, the 18+ is really just a signal that is marketed towards adults. Lots and lots. Like, this is 18+. There is nothing in this that a 12-year-old who loves Lego, even probably like a 10 or 8-year-old who loves Lego, could not do. Alright, ads are just about to start. I'm thinking about doing something a little bit different when the ads run one of these days as well, but not right now. Remember Lego having a 12-year max? For the system sets, yes. Technic was always higher. It was like Technic was the older kids set. They assumed that kids would start with the system and then move to Technic. And that didn't really happen exactly. The 17-year-olds will just pop those Lego bricks right into their mouth and choke. That's true, yeah. You do have to be careful about that. Silly 17-year-olds. The person who started it originally insisted that every single game mentions The Legend of Heroes in the title. $12 to $99. No Lego for centenarians. Nope. Creator sets may still have that blank to 99 though. I know some that have been released recently do. Actually, let me see if I can get one. No. Not easily. Alright, never mind. Thought I might have one on a shelf. But I do not. I'll try to grab one for the next stream. Sudden ad? Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't sudden. Legend of Heroes goes back to 1980s if memory serves, but not the same continuity as the Trails series. Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond that. Yeah, they're all like that. I didn't really know about them until Trails in the Sky myself. I don't think they got released here in the US, or at least not with the Legend of Heroes moniker. I think. I've looked at it before, but I don't remember. Alright, so we got a bush here. Let's get that right on there. And that one right on there. You know, because of a friend who is a massive Falcom fan and also collects vintage Japanese computers. Yeah, Falcom never really made a big splash here in the US. Tempted to boot up your PSP and gently persuade some birds to drop a summon for you? Well, I mean, you got a Lego building to listen to while you do that. Falcom has been in business for a long time. Oh, yeah. I mean, and I knew about Ys way back when. But I've never really, like... I've tried a few of them and just not... They haven't clicked with me. I have seen the anime for Ys, and it has an absolute fantastic vocal song. Absolutely fantastic vocal song. You had fun with Ys Origins on the easiest difficulty? Hey, you know, nothing wrong with that. There was a game remake, I think it was a remake, that just came out that the creator insisted on including cheats in, so that players could play it however they wanted. He was very adamant about that, and I like, you know? Which anime? Nadaroge AI, Ys. Yeah, I have some albums of Ys music that are pretty good. Okay, This does not seem like that is working. That does not fit. That does not fit. Oh, okay. Nope. That's why. That is why. My mistake. Okay. We have a regular 1x1 cylinder tile rather than a 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg. That's why. Okay. So it's actually only on the one, and it's just resting on the other one. Got it. One annoyance with game music is that they might include a soundtrack, but it's single loop and fade. Yeah, the ones that, the Final Fantasy IV original soundtrack is really annoying because all of the really good tunes are really short. Really, really short. Because it is one loop. Better soundtracks will do at least 2 loops. I thought you got the Goblin Summon, Bahamut. Alright, bag number 6. Howdy up, Cody. Oh, also, spare parts. Lots of spare parts. Alright, so we got 1x1 tile slopes in dark green and gray, 1x1 tile in dark gray, red 2 L bar with stop, brown 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg, brown 1x1 cylinder tile, dark green 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, and a beige 1x1 cylinder plate. You have to learn the skill of extracting loops from an audio file so you can make intro plus loop files. It's kind of a lot of effort sometimes. Oh, definitely. I remember back in the I'm gonna date myself here. Back in the early days of the internets, I think it was mod files that would do that. It was all the rage. It was basically like a type of MIDI file that had that could infinitely loop like that. Okay, we're making another one of these. Probably basically the same. Yeah, I don't remember the details. I just remember being able to get infinite looping, basically MIDI files. One developer at Falcom loved calling every project he worked on Dragon Slayer. It's so offensive. So deeply, deeply offensive. Naming your projects after the slaughter of poor innocent dragons. We get no respect sometimes. Defenseless, harmless killer dragons. Exactly. Exactly. What did we ever do to warrant such speciesism? It's terrible. It's terrible, I tell you. Just makes me tear up thinking about it. Durger friends, exactly. Thing you miss in the PR versions is the capacity to turn off XP gain. Oh, from the PSP, the PR versions. Got it. Village was asking for it. All those tasty pigs not offered to the local worm, and they didn't offer the princess. Don't forget that. Princesses are meant to be eaten. It's the natural order of things. I don't make the rules. Except for Princess Ruth. Is that a reference to something? Valgerai, thank you very much for the subscription. 6 months. Very nice. Make you a Lego Starflight ship. You know, that would actually be interesting to put up on Lego Ideas. It wouldn't get anywhere. I think you'd have more luck with Star Control 2 or Quan Masters. Oh, those princesses were ruthless except for Princess Ruth. Got it, yeah. Waiting on the Solemn Kai? Solemn Kai is mostly done. We just need to redo the guns on it, that's all. It is in storage. It's the Argama that needs a complete rebuild. Complete rebuild. Well, maybe not a complete rebuild, but certainly lots and lots of tweaks. Looks at the Pool of Radiance Bronze Dragon. You heard metallic dragons were supposed to be friendly? I mean, he's possessed. It's not his fault. There is a silver dragon that is friendly in Pool of Radiance. You can't actually fight it in any way, I don't think, but there is a fake rumor in the one of the tavern tales that makes you, or might actually be a journal entry, a fake journal entry, that could make you think that it is a dangerous dragon. Alright, some 1x2 plates. Building Lego on this channel? What nonsense is this? I know. Thought it was never going to happen again. But it's back, baby! Howdy, Farron. How's it going? Alright. There we go. Got a nice diagonal path there. Okay, this time we are not going to make the same mistake we made last time. And we will get an actual 1x1 cylinder plate there, cylinder tile. Just noticed something. Kane has more hit points than Dark Knight Cecil. Yeah, I think he does have better hit point growth. I mean, he should, considering that he doesn't have much in the way of special attacks other than jump. I guess Dark Knight Cecil doesn't really either, to be fair. Okay, let's make the two bushes here. I think that Cecil at this point would need the hit points considering the special attack. Well, that's probably why they didn't give him the hit point growth, though. To make it more precious. Play the easy type version of FF4. I think they removed the Dark Knight Cecil's only skill. Yes. Yeah. I don't. Well, so I think the reasoning behind at least removing Cecil's and some of the other abilities are similar. It's not obvious that he's losing hit points. You have to actually, like, it probably says so in the manual, but otherwise you need to like actually monitor his hit points to realize that he's losing hit points. So it would be very easy for a new player to be like, what's going on? I don't know why he keeps having so few hit points, blah, blah, blah. And you know, after spamming darkness. Because I sure did. Same thing with Edward's medicine command, whatever that command is. It's not clear that he's using a potion every time he does that. I don't know why they removed hide, other than it's kind of, you know, it doesn't actually do much for you. And it might be seen as annoying. I don't know why they removed the special attacks of Kane, other than kick. Just when you thought Edward wasn't annoying enough, yeah. It makes Ed go away, though. It's true. It does. I mean, I'm not disputing that. I don't think you can manually... Can you manually make him hide in the SNES version? It's been a really long time since I played the original US SNES version. A really long time. Because I'm pretty sure that he can still hide on his own. The twins are OP if you grind levels with them? Yeah. They definitely are. The first time I played with Tella and his Remember command, I got to Octomammoth and he remembered Lit 3. It was beautiful. And ever since then, he has never remembered Lit 3. And I have been deeply disappointed every single time. You didn't have the manual for it. Also, you're a firm believer that the easy type doesn't necessarily refer to the difficulty. It refers to the language used. Apparently, they removed a lot of archaic words and replaced them with words that young players would better understand. That's part of it. It is a, you know, like, aimed at younger players version of the game. Which is really disappointing that that's the version they decided to send here. Like... Alright, let's see. A bag number 7. Spoony younger players, yes. I stand by Mystic Quest being a good game. It is obviously aimed at younger players, yes, but it is a good game. But yeah, that is kind of crummy to get that as your first Final Fantasy title. There was a time you got into a battle with Kanazo and one-shotted him with Blizzaga in one version? Yeah. Artie agrees with the Mystic Quest version? I mean, yeah, it's true. Mystic Quest is fun. It's good. It's simple. But again, like, it is responsible for Kaylee. We wouldn't have Kaylee without Mystic Quest. And that's the important thing. Okay, we are once again doing a similar thing here. I guess this does lock in the this part, but I don't know that it's necessary. Imagine players unfamiliar with NES who had played Phantasy Star on the Master System getting a very simplistic game. Yeah, I don't know how it was marketed, but it is a simplistic game. And it shouldn't be aimed at the same audience in the same way as something like Phantasy Star. The goblins keep wanting to be stabbed in FF4 PSP? Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. That's goblins for you. They're masochists. Been playing the PS2 remake of Phantasy Star 1 lately. It's a fantastic game, even on Master System. I do need to play the play Phantasy Star one of these days. As well. That is something on the future agenda. Be a pal and give them what they're asking for? Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they're asking for it, if they want it, who are you to say no? Yes, I do need to play Phantasy Star. Well, I definitely need to play them so that I can get to Phantasy Star 4, which is great. I've seen multiple people LP that. And let me see, do I have a particular emote, or is that not? No. That's only on Discord, alright. Let's see, is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Okay. Sega Ages version also lets you play the game with a better Sega Mark III soundtrack. Whoopsie. Whoopsie doodle. These should be one more away because 2 log bricks go in right here. I mean, I'll figure out, like, how to play them eventually. What version to play, what version I want to play, what, that kind of thing. Oops, we don't want beige, we want gray. There we go. And another 2x8. And a cylinder brick, which is right here. Come to the dark side, we have brownies. I only go to the dark side when they have cookies. Okay. 4x4 plates here. How many more bags? 4-ish, something like that. There we go, get that on there. 3x3. I don't know if I have any green 3x3s. 3x3s are a great innovation. I very much wonder if we will be getting 3x other things, like 3x4, 3x10, that kind of thing. You don't see my goal stuff? That's because I haven't thought of the next goal, despite what what Moobot keeps saying. It still is saying new hardware. So I wanted to make sure that this worked before I went through that. Plus, I only thought of that, like, shortly before the stream started. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to come up with a new goal. Figure out a set that I want to go for. Three by 2/3. There is a 1x2/3. Is this based on anything or just Gardens of the Rich and Powerful? It's a North African Spanish garden, essentially. They had the Tranquil Garden, which was very Japanese in style. And this is the second of the gardens of the world. I don't know if any more have been planned out, but I'd like that. They're pretty nice. Why do the birds in FF4 not want to play? You just want the cockatrice summon? Because they're endangered, that's why. There are no minifigs, no. It is just a display piece. I don't think it's considered minifig scale, although it very much is. Like, the Tranquil Garden is not minifig scale. It's very much not minifig scale. This one you could use with minifigs pretty easily, I think. Where's Mini Ald? Put away for the moment. Like, again, this is very much a I want to make sure that everything is working stream. Try out the new positioning of things, figure out if I'm happy with that. Looking at those tiny 1 square pieces and thinking how fast your cats would either eat them or hide them somewhere. Yeah, you do got to take care of them with aminals around. Crimson Clover redeemed Feed the Dragon. Aw, thank you. Nom 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 nom. Delicious ham. Everything's better with ham. Nom nom nom. How's it going? I'm very happy to be building once again. The only things Lego related that I've been doing lately has been sorting. Got some nice columns there. I really, really want a like Greek temple set. Really do. Why won't Lego get me a Greek temple. Make a princess made of ham just for me? It's a little creepy. Thinking how easy it would be to hide some pickles in that massive 50,000 ham pile. It wouldn't be easy. It would not. I have an exceptional nose for pickles. I can smell them out. What do I think of the Lego party game? I literally heard of it for the first time when I was setting up this stream, and it was the first thing that popped up on setting the category. You wouldn't hide pickles, you'd eat them? Taking one for the team, I appreciate that. Sacrificing your own well-being for the dragon. It's very generous of you. Very generous. There we go. Got the groove pieces, the rail pieces there. For all that my livelihood is based on playing video games, I actually don't pay that much attention to new video games. I really don't. Alright, let's see. So we got 2 1x1 tiles. And then another 1x1 round top. 2 more 1x1 tiles. He says while counting the hours until Dragon Quest Remake. I mean, I don't... Like, I pay attention to a handful of games. I also eagerly looked forward to Final Fantasy Tactics. I own that. I haven't played it yet. But I do want to do that on stream, too. It's not my fault there were a lot of good games that I wanted that came out, but they're also old games being remade, so... That is coming up, the end of the month. I want to say that it is the 30th. Which, is a Thursday. So there might be a special stream, rather than waiting until Monday. But I haven't decided yet. We'll see. A lot of it will depend on what's going on that day. Okay, another round top piece and a 1x1 tile. Is there a Halloween stream? Technically, yeah. So, when I say, like, I may do, that on the Thursday, Dragon Quest, 1 and 2. I may do it on the Friday, in which case it would replace the Lego building. Otherwise, it'll be Lego building. Because Friday, the 31st is Friday, so... You're sitting here thinking if you had so much money that you didn't know what to do with it all, make a soda company that just makes weird soda flavors like fish-flavored soda. Ugh. Will we get a Halloween Lego set build? I don't know. Other than the spooky ghost, I don't know that I... Like, there's some other small ones, but I haven't gotten any of them. So, probably not. I could do something that's like existential horror, like Harry Potter. No, wait, that's J.K. Rowling. That's existential horror. Oh, actually, no, I do have something to build. Okay. Yes. Yes. There will be a special build. Okay, so I will definitely, if I do an early Dragon Quest stream, it will be on Thursday. Because I do have a Halloween build for Friday. Oops. That needs to be the nougat. Yay, spooky build. Yep. Completely slipped my mind because I got it while I was building. So spooky build sounds great. Yeah. It might not be a full build, so I might do like a Wednesday set as well. That's kind of spooky. Spooky-ish. Spooky adjacent. Alright, there we go. That's that side. We get another flesh tone. Old costume portion of stream, just wearing a pair of dragon mitts on cam. That would make building so difficult. That would be so hard to build. It really would. That's why it's a separate portion. Build stream challenge. Build something while wearing giant costume dragon claws. Alright, there we go. Planning on getting any of the new Wicked sets? I don't know. Like, a lot of what I plan for, other than the big stuff, tends to be... What do I think I can afford? What can I, actually get right now, that kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't plan too much. Like, there are some sets that obviously I would get. Like if they made another Lion Knight's Castle style set, yeah, that would be a guaranteed buy. Incidentally, the Medieval Market Village is on sale right now, 20% off, because it is going out of production. So if you have not gotten that and you like Castle, you might want to hop on that. Anti-building stream where you use Hulk hands to smash sets. No, I might damage things. I have seen people do, like, sorting streams, though. That is, I'll put it this way. I don't have enough space to do good sorting here. I really don't. Like, right now, my sorting method involves empty buckets of ice cream. My local grocery store has, like, gallon ice cream. And so I get those. Because it's good ice cream. It's relatively cheap. It's tasty. And then I get a free bucket afterwards that I use for sorting. And I am currently... To sort out the parts that I have, I sort them by type first. So, like, all the plates go in one, all the bricks go in another, all the tiles go in another. Right now, that involves I want to say 23 buckets. The ice cream is just a bonus, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm buying it to for storage containers. And yeah, the ice cream is just a bonus. You have no freezer room for ice cream. Well, you should probably free some room up then, so you can get ice cream. But yeah, so right now it involves like 23 buckets open, sitting out. It's a lot. One by two tile there. One by one tile there. Ice cream with Lego bits. There we go. All right. No flip over. Okay. Flip it over for this part. And it goes on the underside centered. It's pretty nice. I like the use of these parts. You get the extra, like, half arch there. And then on the underside, get another corner. And we get these arches as well. You're sad that Bowser is retiring? It's a good set, but they can't have the sets run forever. Although Saturn V kind of came close. Actually, that might be what my next goal is. The other rocket, the Artemis. Yeah, I want that. That might be the next LEGO goal. Okay, so there we have a pretty cool archway gallery thingy. I don't know what the term is. Alright. Small foliage. Red flowers. Large foliage. Lock it in with a 3-leaf plant. And then the small foliage down here with another 3-leaf plant. Red hibiscus flower, Hibiscus rosa sinensis. Hibiscus flowers can be used to test the acidity of a liquid. Hibiscus flower will turn dark pink in acid or green in base. Perfect for checking the acidity of your fountain. Okay, we get some leaves along here. What about low hibiscus? They're all extinct now. Because they were super duper tasty. They were also good for testing poison for kings. Colonnade, yes, that's it. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I brain farted. It tasted good and you ate many. Crimson clover. Didn't even leave any for the rest of us. Okay, so there we go. And we get a white... Is that friction? That is not friction. A white, regular non-friction half pin. And that gets right in there to hang there. Because it's not friction, it will move around a bit. But I guess it should, like... Let's see. Let's turn this one, try to get it to a lock-in, because I think that's what it's supposed to do. I think it's supposed to be growing out of this. It doesn't really lock. But if it hangs straight down, then it'll look like it's growing from that. You were hungry and there was no ham? That's fair. That is fair. I can't argue with that. Okay. Nope. Stay in there. Get that in there. Alright, spare parts. Lots of them. 1x1 tiles in beige, tan, dark orange, medium nougat, white. Dark orange 1x1 plate, dark gray 1x1 tile slope. We did not have a dark gray one of those yet. Nope. White half pin, brown 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, green, bright green 3-stem small green 3-stem plant, bright green 3-leaf plant, and red 7-petal flower. Need a container for those pieces. Alright. Got that in there. Next up, bag number 8. Excess fertilizer pellets. I mean, you could definitely fit some of them into the space there, but not too much. No, not 2 more bags. More. We still have a little ways to go. I want a large pizza. Why are you offering... Well, I mean, you can offer her a large pizza, but you should offer me a large pizza, too. I want a large pizza. I deserve a large pizza. I'm building Lego for you guys, for your entertainment. Sacrificing of myself, giving of myself. Gives all the large ham instead. I mean, I'll take that too. I haven't had a pizza in a couple weeks. Pizza. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Crafting a ham princess with angel hair pasta? Oh no, you messed up. It's actually a spam princess. Nice little throwback for conversations on the Discord server. Could have been a sham princess, that's true. I loved those Dragon Quest XI enemies, the sham hat witches and stuff like that. They're great and adorable. And also very hammy. Alright, let's see. 1x4 and 4x4 half tile. Brown 1x6. And another log brick. Spam is tasty, but as someone who grew up in an Alaskan village, your opinion may be opinionated. I mean, it's kind of... kind of a given. I mean, don't knock it. It has its own key. Okay, now let's go ahead and get to the little bit that goes on here. Parents ate much Spam. You were permanently burnt out on it. That's fair. What is the link to? My mother's father, so my grandfather, worked at a bakery, and he would always get, like, you know, they'd always be baking test loaves and stuff. Discord will link if you do, I believe, !links. I'll have the Discord link in there. Oh, you want me to get a link. Yeah, !links will get the Discord link. It periodically comes up in chat too. There you go. But yeah, so my grandfather worked at a bakery, and like a big bakery. Like, I don't know what brand, but you know, think Wonder Bread type thing. That kind of size scale. And so they'd always be making test loaves and stuff like that. And he brought them back, so my mother got permanently burnt out. Like, she loves bread, but she's permanently burnt out on non-fresh preserved bread kind of thing. Whereas I don't care. I mean, obviously if it's stale, I don't like stale bread, but who does? But if it's not super fresh, I don't know, whatever, it's still bread. It's always interesting what people's personal, like, experiences growing up has done for them in terms of, like, food preferences and things like that. But she'll, like, look at me like, yeah, kind of thing when I get, like, a generic loaf. I mean, there's a local bakery for, you know, white bread, rye bread, that kind of thing. So it's specialty breads that I'll get, but or bagels or something like that. But if it's not fresh, she wants no part in it. Okay, so we got that there, goes right into the corner. Okay, 2 gray, 1x1 tile slopes. Forget the specific brand of bread, but you stopped buying it years ago. You buy an Alaska-made bread made locally. Yeah, I've got there's a really good bakery that's right outside my neighborhood. Just a great bakery, although I've never gotten a cake from them. I don't know how those are. Their cookies are not very good, but their bread, their donuts are great. Their pastries are great. But I mean, they don't make bagels, so if you want a bagel, you have to go someplace else. And if you're someplace else, you have to get whatever you can, kind of thing, so. But I like a good cinnamon raisin bread, so they don't have that. So I do have to get that elsewhere. I just get Pepperidge Farm. Also a local bakery that you get fresh bread from as well as cookies. You did get a lemon bar pastry thing. Yeah, those are pretty tasty. My local bakery will do like a little cheesecake that's about this size. which is really good. Now we got an ad coming up shortly. Let's see. 1x6 and 1x4. There it is. Yeah, once we're getting back into the swing of things, I might think of something to do during the ad break so that I'm not just, like, sitting here doing a normal build for those who are not subbed. Once made a cheesecake and dropped it on the floor, taking it out of the springform pan. Ooh, that hurts. Yeah, there's a deli right up the, like, shopping center corridor, aisle, whatever. Like, it's a single building along a parking lot kind of thing. I don't know what that would be called. But at the same shopping center, basically. Although I don't go there very often. I tend to go to the deli at my grocery store for, sliced sandwich meat. No, not a kiosk. It's like if you know, you got a parking lot right here, and each one of these 1x4 tiles is another store. It's like, here's the bakery and here's the deli kind of thing. Just a bunch of stores elsewhere. I don't know what, like, it's a shopping center, but just up the what? I don't know. You didn't get an ad because they haven't started yet. They will start in 3 minutes. Well, it's not internal. Like, it's a shopping center as opposed to a mall. Pretty old. I think it's from, like, the 40s. Kind of Art Deco. Yeah, but just up the... Yeah, you wouldn't say just up the plaza. Just up the row, I guess, maybe? Up the ways, yeah. I guess so. We need to find another language that has a proper word for that and import it into English. That is what we should do. How about we invent a word? That's no fun. Borrowing words are more fun. Because then that gives etymologists in the future something to do. Gives them excitement of discovering what other languages the words came from. Just want to make people's lives harder? No. I want to make people's lives more enriched. Borrowing words confuses things? No, it does not. It's crazy talk. Interesting. They're positioning these a little bit differently than on the other side. Shakespeare did make up a lot of words, yes. Well, we believe he did. We actually don't know for sure. Ask AI to come up with something? No. There was an interview with a screenwriter, I think. Not someone that I know. And the person that I saw it from indicated that he may not be the best person out there. It might just be kind of like a jerk or something. I don't know. But he was asked about AI, and the interviewer was like, are you glad that AI wasn't around when you were doing things? And you know, would it have made your life easier, or would it have been something that you didn't like to compete against? And the guy was like, no, I'd rather shoot myself in the mouth with a gun. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. AI generation is silly and stupid. Yes. Yes, it is. And it's pretty clearly a bubble. Like, 40% of the U.S. economic growth this year has been from AI. That's a bubble. That is so a bubble. Get an ad for Pickle Bet? Pickles are terrible, but even they don't deserve to be associated with sports betting. I assume that's what it's gonna what you're talking about. It is gonna pop, yes. You really wanted to know what the what that screenwriter said about AI, but an ad interrupted you? Yeah, well, you can ask after the ad. You get back from the ad. All right. Now we get our arches again. Oh, right now. It's like the size of the .com bubble in the early 2000s. It's pretty bad, and when it bursts, it's gonna be even worse. Funny when even your Aussie VPN knows who you're watching. Alright, and another corner right here on the end. Remember to turn off your AI before January 1st, 2000. Okay, there we go. 1x8. 3x3 corner. Got Amazon out of the early internet thing. That's great. I don't, like, the .com bubble at least did have websites doing things. The AI is not really doing anything at all. Nothing good, at least. Alright, another 1x8 here. There we go. 1x1s. Y2K, another thing you never knew about. Neither .com bubble until LGR briefly mentioned it in one of the old videos. There was a big push to make sure everything was compliant, and like a lot of people were like, Well, that turned out to be nothing. And it's like, yeah, because we prevented it. Same thing with the ozone hole. Turned out to be nothing because we worked to prevent it. Alright, get that on there. So the interesting thing is that these do not match up. Like, they match up on this side. These are on the same place. But this side, they're not. They're offset by 1 down here, and I don't know why. Okay, get those arches on. Not a rogue AI. He said that he would rather shoot himself in the mouth. Alright, straighten out these arches. There we go. Very nice. Are they supposed to? Apparently not. I would think that they would, but apparently not. Okay, let's get that on there. That on here. Another 3-leaf plant in here. Such hatred, who can live with such hate in their hearts? I mean, it's AI. It's perfectly fair. It deserves it. There was a study that found that a lot of doctors who used AI to try to diagnose things lost the ability to diagnose things well. It seems kind of important to have. Alright, so we got dark green leaves, and we got the little tulip flowers. Get those on here. That's fair. I do, that did kind of pass over my head there. Just a regular AI with feelings. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not a rogue AI, that's for sure. We know that because it's in his name. Alright, we get the 5-petal flowers on here. There we go. Okay, 1 here. Second one here. Third one here. Then 1 over here. Oops. Then 1 here. And 1 here. Final 1 here. Howdy, Roval Jacks. How's it going? Trying to make characters for Solitaire RPG Gaming? Well, I hope that you were successful there. Any particular system that you're doing it in? Alright, get the frictionless half pin in there in white. Pink bougainvillea flower. Bougainvillea. Just bougainvillea, apparently. What most people think of as the flower of bougainvillea are actually called bracts, or false flowers, which are a different type of leaf surrounding the real tiny flowers on the plant. Huh, neat. Okay, and this goes here. Get that right there behind the Wolverine claw in green. Not 1, but 2, but Not one, not two, but 3 systems. D&D 5e, Basic Fantasy, and Castles and Crusades. Oh, good luck with that. Are you trying to make a full party, or are you just making a single character in each? Okay, that slides right in there. Alright, so we still need to make the fountain, and then we have things to go in these various slots. Spare parts. We got a red 2L bar with stop, green Wolverine claw, gray 1x1 tile slope, 2 5-petal pink flowers, and 1 pink tulip flower. That's our spare parts. Party 3, 1 system per character. Ah. Are you trying to mix and match the systems, or are you just trying to compare the characters? Like the character building. Alright. Bag number 9. Your internet went down. Oh. Well, at least you got your phone. There we go. It might be. I don't know. We shall see. There we go. Okay. So this is an interesting new part, I think this year. 2x4 inverted curved slope. It matches the curved slope that we've had, the round top pieces, for a long time. But now it's a double inverted one. I would rather actually have 2 2x2s, because I think those would be more useful than a 2x4, but yeah. Went to a store earlier, but had to go to a different store because power in the store area was down. Ooh. Not mixing or comparing, just running each character with its own system? Ah, okay. Alright, brown 2x2 and dark gray 2x2 plate. Log brick and 1x2 slope, inverted slopes, side stud, and a side stud. Then translate blue 1x2 plates and a 1x2 tile on top. The thief gets a D4 as their hit die. Ooh. Why? That's, that makes a thief really, really vulnerable. Way more than they should be. There we go. Okay, so 1x4 double curved slope. And a translate blue 1x2 plate there. And it goes right there to give a little bit more depth to the water. Although, it does have a slight problem of the water should definitely come out there. Good for you, Bahamut. Good for you. Just say no to getting rid of ranked choice voting. Say yes to ranked choice voting. It's a good system. Okay, 1x2 log brick there, and then 1x4, 1x2 with center stud on the side. Basic Fantasy is a system the thief is running under, which rules-wise, they get a D4. Oh. What are wizards? Go for the scout instead, which is a D6, but their ability chart is different, which is a new thing since it's percentiles. You always voted to keep it? Same group has been fighting hard to get rid of it? Yeah, because they don't like losing. They could not lose by running people who have popular ideas, but they don't want to run people who have popular ideas. We should just be able to win. Downgrade mage hit dice to 1d2? That'd be mean. Okay, so we got studs on the back. They're too close to put a plate along there. So that'll be interesting. 1x1 cylinder plate, telescope piece, and 1x1 cylinder plate. Mages should get only 1 hit point each level. Wow. What do wizards get? Condolences, that's all. No, I'm actually really curious if thieves are D4, what are wizards? What are priests and what are fighters? Like D6 is not actually a great hit die. Okay, turn it around, and we have the angled bar with stud. Get a trans light blue feather flame piece right in there. You'll get back to me? All right, that's fine. I mean, you know, you don't have to look it up either. I'm just curious. I was more of a if you know kind of thing. Tired of people overpowering magic users like Monty Cook in 3.5e? Love the argument from long, long ago that if a wizard touches a bladed weapon, he loses his class. That is kind of silly. I do appreciate 2nd edition just giving attack penalties and stuff like that. Yeah, who needs game balance? I mean, there are lots of legitimate ways that you can balance the game. 4E does it one way by basically making, like, giving every character class powers. And that's, I mean, it's certainly one way to do it, but it does create a different game than you had with earlier D&D. Like, if you were making a brand new game, I would have less of an issue with it than when it was D&D. Like, even in 2nd edition, the precepts against priests using bladed weapons, like clerics, I should say, there really isn't anything mechanically stopping them from doing so. They just can never take proficiency in it, one of those weapons. So they can never be as good. Having only played D&D video games, you find it sort of funny how clerics can't use bladed weapons, like stabbing is a no-no, but smashing someone's skull with a big hammer is okay. So that was ultimately a misunderstanding of kind of a, like, it was a kind of an urban legend type thing that priests weren't supposed to draw blood. So they got around it by using bludgeoning weapons, when the idea behind it was that they're not supposed to cause injury. Obviously, like, it was all false. There were plenty of priests who were more than happy to use a sword. I think a cardinal problem was wizards from the off getting so many spell options and being far more versatile than non-magic users. Yeah, I mean, that's one reason why I don't like free casting. I mean, if free casting, you need a very limited number of spell options. If you want to have lots of spell options, then you should have memorization. Yeah, you can. I mean, like, that's ultimately why it's an urban legend, and none of it was ever true. But the urban legend was essentially treating it as, like, this was a workaround, a technically true, but not in the spirit of the rule kind of thing. Several examples of bishops having their sword of office since they were secular rulers. Yep. White Petunia. Petunia axillaris. Although some Petunia species can be used as garnish, perhaps it's better to leave this beauty to blossom in your garden. It is closely related to not only potatoes and tomatoes, but also deadly nightshade. My favorite. Cleric running about macing liches in the face is cool, though. That's why FF clerics can use hammers. He never understood that. Yeah. I mean, early D&D did not have slings, and you really had to throw hammers. A couple of white flowers in there, and then we get a little 3-stem plant and 1 flower on that. There we go. Get that right on there. So in basic fantasy, magic users and thieves have D4 hit dice, clerics have D6, and fighters have D8. Okay, so they just basically made... Yeah, I don't know. I would have thieves and priests have D6. Like, if I was going to try to pull fighters down in hit points, I think I'd have clerics and thieves still have D6, because clerics are better at fighting. Than thieves, at least in traditional, like, AD&D style design. Yeah, no, I understand that. Still amusing that AD&D clerics got Blade Barrier, while Beckme got Barrier, which is a whirling area of magic hammers. There we go. Get the petunias. Red Garden Geranium. Pelargontium ex hortorum. The fragrant garden geranium serves both aesthetic and practical purposes in a serene garden. Its natural oils give off a scent that sends insects packing. Alright, so we got a brown fez. Get a 6-stem flower. Get red flowers on each of the stems. If you were to do one thing, you'd make priests less fighty so that the paladin is the clearly fightery class. If you're going to make paladins more of a just knight, you know, like a knight templar, sure, but like clerics are supposed to be kind of knight templar type characters. That's why they can wear plate armor and stuff. Yeah, I'm liking it. It's very pretty. It's past 4 a.m. You're watching a pair of hands assemble plastic flowers. People talking about priests and violence. And you're heating up in the oven to make food. What a night. It's good times. Good times. People don't like magic users so much. You would like to ask why they don't just ban the class entirely and run a no magic setting. Partly because magic is a lot of fun. It's not really that people dislike magic users. It's that they can have some balance issues depending on the game. I think D&D, AD&D does a really good job of making them very tough to play, but very good to have. You know, it's a careful balance there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that back there. Okay, next up. Green 2x2 tile there, and beige 2x2 half tiles. This is going to be upside down. Get the inverted, not the inverted, the 1x2 center half arches. Well, they're mostly low magic settings. And there is, like, if you want an interesting take on a semi-low magic setting, look at the AD&D rules for Lunkmar. Instead of, like, a casting time of 1, meaning that your initiative is modified by 1 and you're cast that spell that round, Magic Missile. In Lunkmar, if the casting time is 1, that's 1 round. You have to spend a full round casting that spell. Just noticed there was a little bit of lint there. If it's like casting time of 2, that's 2 rounds. So it makes, like, yeah, Magic Missile is powerful and Fireball is powerful and stuff, but you got to spend 3 rounds undisturbed time of your warriors protecting you, casting the Fireball. It makes for a system where you're not casting a lot of combat spells. You'll be casting preparatory spells and, like, investigative spells and stuff like that, but not a whole lot of, like, actual combat spells. Iberian Water Frog. Pelophylax perezi. Native to the Iberian Peninsula, this swift little swimmer thrives in freshwater habitats and wetlands. And where have they put him? Oh, okay, I see. We're not putting him in yet. We get the bench there. Because they have the bird on the other one. I see. All right. So a little froggy. Olive green. There we go. Get him there. And then the birdie, Yellowhammer. Emberiza citronella. The yellowhammer, with its characteristic bright yellow plumage and distinctive song, is found throughout Europe. Nice bright yellow birdie. There we go. Obviously played 5e and played Basic Fantasy before, but you never played Castles and Crusades. I've heard that Castles and Crusades is a good likeness for AD&D. Alright, so spare parts. We got green 1x1 heart tile, white 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg, white 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, Trans light blue, a feather flame. Gray angle bar with stud. Dark gray 1x1 cylinder plate with bar. Red flower plate. And a white 7-petal flower. Does a yellow hammer cast Bolt 1? No. You had 5 other people prepare for things, you just wanted to do damage. Okay, so bag number 10. Looks like we are going to be doing the fountain with this. Okay, nothing in there. Throws the yellow hammer in the trash. If your equipment doesn't cast anything, you don't keep it. It was kind of funny in Grandia 2. I was noticing a lot of equipment had that kind of, like, you know, you could use it to cast a spell. And I just didn't. I don't think, like, I barely ever did that. I think I did it once to test it or something, and that's it. It just really did not feel worthwhile in that game. Whereas, like, Final Fantasy 1... Oh my god, everything in Final Fantasy 1, almost everything in Final Fantasy 1 that casts a spell, so awesome. It's weird how that works sometimes. Since you spent some cash to get their starter set, not to mention their player handbook and equivalent of the monster manual is free in PDF. Nice. Also think all the rods and staves in FF4 cast something. Yeah, well, not all of them. Like the power staff doesn't. The ones that are kind of seen as physical combat items do not. But they're not as useful in Final Fantasy IV. FF4 spell items only have a one-time hit chance, hence why they're so weak. Yeah, they are not very good. Like the items that do, like the bomb fragments and stuff like that. They're not very useful. It is generally more useful to just attack. Final Fantasy 1 is really where the item shine. The item as... and Final Fantasy 1 doesn't have the just general, like, bomb fragment type things. I don't know if that's schmutz or... It might just be like a little discoloration on the part. It was a little gray dot or something, and I thought it was like some lint. Alright, 2x2, or a 4x4 with 2x2 cutout in the center. Only thing you want to see with Castles and Crusades is how they handle kits. Oh, does that do the 2E kits thing? I'm very much a kit over class person for wanting variance in what your character does over the standard basic class. I don't like a whole lot of classes. I don't like an acrobat class. I don't like a Deathmaster class. I don't, an archer class. Not a big fan of that, myself. Don't remember if FF2 had casting items. FF3 really made a big deal of items like Southern Wind and Bomb Fragments. Yeah, I don't remember them being very good in FF3, though. One thing that you can do in FF2 is you can use the spell books as items. And items, there are definitely items that can do things. but considering, like, some of them are good, but some of them aren't. And then a lot of that comes down to how FF2 handles magic. They did at least get it right where things do cast at different levels, but like if you want a heal, if you want a little heal, you can just like go buy Cure, and it'll only cost 1 MP initially. It won't heal a whole lot, but it can also get up to level 2 really fast. The downside is things like Dispel or, you know, anything that eliminates status effects and things like that. They function at different levels. So, like, you can get rid of Sleep at level 1. You can get rid of Poison at level 2, that kind of thing. So some of the items will function at, like, level 5. But you do need to grind up the skill with the spells to get the higher curing effect and stuff like that. Well, you're curious about my opinion of the Might and Magic RPGs. Am I a fan? Not really. I had 1 and 2 when I was a lot younger on the Mac. And I played them a lot, but I never got anywhere. They just kind of felt like go around, fight tons and tons and tons of enemies in a single combat. Like, I swear there were some fights in 2 that was like hundreds of orcs or something like that. And you can get into those fights like at the beginning of the game pretty much, just by going to the wrong place. But that's, you know, they're also very different games from like 6, 7, and 8. I've watched Grimmeth play a bunch of them. I watched Kikoskia play some of them, and they just don't grab me. I don't know. The way they play just does not feel engaging to me. I think the limit in Might and Magic 2 is 255 enemies in the final dungeon. That's just about every encounter. Good lord. I mean, if I had grown up with them, then that might be different. But I didn't. I mean, specifically the later ones. But yeah, they don't really grab me. Not saying that I wouldn't play them, but I don't really have a big desire to. Same thing with Wizardry for the most part. I did do 8. That was a patron's choice, I believe. And I did enjoy that, but the other ones are kind of different. Heroes of Might and Magic is its own thing. It is a turn-based strategy game instead. But set in the world of the later Might and Magics. I mean, I kind of always wanted Zine, World of Zine, Clouds of Zine, Dark Side of Zine, whatever. From seeing ads, they looked really neat. But having then seen them played, kind of glad that I didn't. I do find the gold box games some of the most engaging of the PC RPGs from that era. Remember playing a demo of it from a game called Children of the Nile. Not familiar with that one. New Heroes of Might and Magic that came out recently, wasn't there? I don't know. You got a new publisher. Ubisoft no longer publishes them. I don't know enough about the Heroes franchise. I've seen Grimmeth play them. Again, not really my type of strategy game. But I do think, like, but Heroes of Might and Magic does appeal to me more than regular Might and Magic. Okay, so we're using these magic blast elements with the little handhold here as fountain spray. We're just hooking them in here. So I think I am going to get this down. I think that might be easier to lay them down here. Let's be careful about that so they don't fall out. Alt's type is where he can assassinate himself to emperorship? Well, obviously. Oh, Macbeth was only mayor in my Crusader Kings game. Oh, Mayor Macbeth. You were so wonderful. So wonderful. I still love how I had a viewer just, like, insisting that I was never going to succeed and I should quit it. It was dumb. And then I succeeded. Still want to play the Gold Box games? You haven't gotten those yet? Oh, definitely do. Definitely do. Those are great. I think so, at least. I know a lot of people who have tried to play them since have found them not great, not intuitive and stuff like that, but I think they're great. All right, we take our little microfig. Get a figure, a statue on the top of the fountain. There we go. I like this. This looks really nice with the water spray down kind of thing. That's pretty nice. Once as a kid tried to play one of the Kryn games and never got far. Was it one of the Gold Box games, or was it, like, Dragons of Flame or Heroes of the Lance? The side-scrolling action ones. Because those aren't Gold Box. Okay, so we got the fountain on now. Like, I have not gotten anywhere in those Dragonlance games either. They're not easy. You have a soft spot for Pool of Radiance forever in your heart. Curse of the Azure Bonds was better in a way, but you still like Radiance more. Didn't like the third game and haven't played Pools of Darkness. Yeah, like, Curse of the Azure Bonds is definitely technically better. But there is something about, like, the random encounters and having the encounters modified depending on your stats and things like that. That was incredible in Pool of Radiance. And also kind of, like, just being, like, you can go do whatever you want. Was pretty unique. Azure Bonds kind of, you know, puts you on a very, very direct adventure path. Which is fine. But it definitely is, like, has a different feel from Pool of Radiance. I also have a very soft spot for Pool of Radiance as well. One of the trilogy ones, something about a silver dragon? I don't know. I mean, that might be the Gold Box game. Maya. Maya's a silver dragon. Watched the streamer Cinotar a lot, and he highly recommended Pool of Radiance and Curse of the Azure Bonds, so you plan to start with those? Yeah, I mean, I would start, like, with the first of any of the series. I think they're all good. The ones that I think are best are, like, Pool of Radiance, I think, is more fun than and more interesting than Curse of the Azure Bonds, but Curse of the Azure Bonds is a better game. And each of that quadrilogy gets less interesting as it goes. They're not bad by any means, but they do get less interesting as they go. The Kryn games, Champions of Kryn is really good as well. Death Knights of Kryn feels less Dragonlance-y. It feels like it was written by people who didn't know Dragonlance all that well, so it's feels a little bit weird. But it's still a decently constructed game. Dark Queen of Kryn is technically one of the best of all of the games in terms of like the like it has the latest engine. It has the same engine as Unlimited Adventures, and it goes to a different continent. So it's actually like a really interesting game in that way. But I think that Champions of Kryn is still the more interesting game. It feels the most Dragonlance-y, which it does tie you very, very closely to the War of the Lance, which is kind of not the best for Dragonlance, but like it's kind of how Dragonlance was designed. It's hard to get away from that. The Gateway and Treasures, Gateway to the Savage Frontier and Treasures of the Savage Frontier, I think are the technical, like, in terms of the best storyline and the best implementation of the, like, it doesn't have the best implementation of the engine, but it is the most solid of them between the two of them, and it does have the best story. So, I do think that the Savage Frontier pair are, like, the best. Like, if you were to just, like, rate them objectively, I think those two are the best. Has there been attempts to modernize the Gold Box games? I think so. There is something out there, but I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it too much. I think it might have been Death Knights of Kryn. Yeah, I think you get Maya. You know about Maya pretty early on in Death Knights of Kryn. She's from Champions of Kryn. Death Knights is one of the weakest. You have the Savage Frontier games too. I never played them. Pool of Radiance has a 2000. Yeah, it's not a remake. It is a 33E game, and it's very different. It's very different. I don't know anything about it. I haven't played it. Remember watching Ald for the first time? It was November 2020. Ald's Gold Box games on the big screen, extended election drama in your headphones. Both had COVID, and you made some amazing artwork. Well, if you have that artwork, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see what you were doing while you were watching my Gold Box games. You like the cover art of Dark Queen of Kryn, but you heard really bad things about the game mechanics of that one? Game mechanics are fine. I don't think they're bad. I mean, it's standard Kryn stuff. All right, here is the lime green butterfly with a new print. Spanish moon moth. Gralcia isabelle. The Spanish moon moth, a stunning species with green wings and unique eye spots, thrives in the Pyrenees Mountains. A relic species, it has remained largely unchanged since the last ice age. Go ahead and get it right on there. Getting some nectar. Came across me while from your blog while researching a certain Seldarin demigod. Oh, nice. French marigold, Tagates patula. Marigolds originate from Central America, but these aromatic little rays of sunshine are loved by gardeners and chefs around the world as decoration or a tangy twist to sweet desserts. So get that right in there. Okay, so spare parts. We have a white 1x1 plate, white microfig, reddish orange and bright orange 1x1 plate flowers, green hot dog, bright green hot dog actually, bright green 3L bar, and a green 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Oh, okay. I'm just not remembering if you mentioned that it was from that time period. I mean, I remember the artwork that you posted, but yeah, you can go ahead and post it again. There's nothing wrong with that. I might not remember that you said that either. A lot of people say a lot of things to me. Okay, this is the last bag. Welcome back, Bubba. I do have an ad break coming up shortly. Okay, we are going to make 2 of these, so... Get these. Started watching me around Dragon Quest Builders 1 on Twitch, Dragon Quest 6 on YouTube. Oh, okay. Maybe I just didn't realize that it was from that time. Got it. Okay. It's published by SSI, but it is a both of them are outsourced. Yeah, kind of like how Westwood actually created Eye of the Beholder 1 and 2. The thing about the Savage Frontier games is that they have a very, like, throughout both of them, very good storylines. Treasures of the Savage Frontier especially has some really good additional mechanics that don't show up in other things. Eye of the Beholder 1 is great, was not a fan of 2, haven't played 3. I like 2 better. It is more interesting, although it is much less Forgotten Realms-y. 3 is, again, by a different studio, and it is very much not as good. Very much not as good. They did a better job with Dungeon Hack. But that's because that's no story. Did 2E have a splat book concerning firearms? No, the closest thing you can get, if you want a good comprehensive material on firearms, Combat and Tactics is your best bet. That has a lot of detail on it. Too bad no Gold Box series based on the Icewind Dale trilogy. I'm actually glad. I like that they didn't really... Like, the Moonsea region hadn't really had anything done with it. And the Savage Frontier, the north, is a really interesting area. I like it much more than the Icewind Dale area. Didn't Westwood have an argument with SSI and they went off to do Lance of Lore instead? I don't know about argument, but basically they had started work on Eye of the Beholder 3, and then for whatever reason, I don't know the specifics. Yeah, contract was not renewed, so they made it into Lands of Lore instead. That is why Lands of Lore is very Eye of the Beholder-ish. Alright, Bubba. I mean, it is a cute train. I do think that it's a cute train. I'm a little leery on the price. I might wait until the price comes down or something. That's true. I mean, like, I wouldn't want them to make a trilogy based on... Like, I wouldn't want them to make games based on that. Like, if they had started doing the Gold Box games in, like, the late 90s, then I do think that you would have gotten games in that area, and you would have gotten Drist, you know, in the party for a time or something like that. Artie loves my very early comment, I don't do voices. Yeah. I was very self-deprecating at the time, and I did appreciate there were some people who were like, I think your voices are good. Back when I had like less than 100 subscribers, and that was a nice ego boost. Gave me the confidence to do more. Do more voices. That Cornflakes guy, even though he's not here right now. Speaking of CRPGs, is it true that the Mac version of Bard's Tale allow you to import characters from games like Ultima and such? I have no idea. The only Bard's Tale game I have ever played is the Bard's Tale construction set, where I made a radium dragon. For reasons. It was basically just like maxed out stats and everything. You know so little of the Moonsea. Since you mention it, most of what you know is Icewind Dale, Silvery Moon, and parts of the western coast. They didn't really do a whole lot with the Moonsea after that, unfortunately. I think the Moonsea is an interesting region. I think Flan is a great starting location for a campaign. Because you got, like, you know, a frontier region, you gotta take back the city. Where's the Cornflakes guy? In a container that I have not taken him out of yet, with everything else that was on my desk before I had to put it away. I just need to, like, pull it out and stuff. So many things have been moving around and everything like that I just wanted to get the stream up and going first. You regret to inform me that Flan has fallen. I know. The nice thing about Flan is that you've got, like, a bunch of cities right there. Good, evil villains available to you. Lots of humanoids to the north. The Dalelands, Cormyr, and Sembia to the south. It's a good, like, place to be in the middle, where you can be in the middle of things and have a lot of potential adventuring locations and stuff. Artie asks, have I ever played Planescape Torment? Yes, it's on the channel. I have. I did not get the good ending because I was playing it blind. Story-wise, definitely a good game. I think it would have been better if it had not been using the Baldur's Gate engine, though. You got the good ending. I mean, if I ever play it again, then I will definitely, like, follow a walkthrough for things. Torment was such a weird game. All you remember is doors, doors everywhere. I mean, it is a city of doors. I had some complaints about its implementation of the factions and stuff like that. There was very much a, like, loosey-goosey attitude towards the material in some of the details, while wanting to get the feel about right. It was refreshing to have a game with minimal combat. So one of my big issues, and this might have been more of an issue with the Enhanced Edition, is that some of the spells would half-pause combat for the animation. Like, they They went digging for some weird spells. They got, I think it was just called, like, Fire and Ice. There was, like, a Kaleidoscope Blast or something like that. All of those were named spells from 2E. But they would have, like, an extended animation, and you couldn't, no characters would move, but in-game time passed, so if you had something that, you know, like if Bless was up and you have 6 rounds for that, while that animation is going, your duration is ticking down on those spells. And that did not sit well with me. But I don't know if that's an enhanced edition thing, or if that is actually, like, in the base game, the original game kind of thing. It's not good design, though. You do not want animations allowing your buffs to expire. Sort of have a game you want to make on RPG Maker, but you keep wanting to add stuff and ultimately keeping yourself from actually doing it. Yeah, you really need to focus when you do something like that. I got kind of the same way with Unlimited Adventures. Got way too ambitious kind of thing. I'm curious about what interesting modules have been done for Unlimited Adventures these days. Obviously, not a whole lot of people are working on it literally these days, but it's a real shame that we never got, like, the expansions that they planned for that. About 3/4 of your last RPG Maker project was rewritten at code level? Wow. Notice on RPG Maker Reddit that a lot of people say start small and slowly start going big. Yeah, definitely. Do not start big. Because for one thing, like, you need to feel yourself make progress. You need to be able to see the end of the road. And if you start big, it is very easy, especially if you're doing it alone. You're not doing it with anyone else. It definitely will, like, it can overwhelm you and stuff like that. You know, start small, and when you're mostly done with the small thing, if you start thinking, all right, it would be cool if I added this scenario, you know, then you can do that. You can start to do that. Or you could just keep it small and go with that. First RPG Maker project took 3 years to finish with long hiatuses. I didn't actually code anything because you don't know how. I've never actually done anything with RPG Maker myself. About a 5-hour game. Question is, how do you market that small thing? I mean, if you want to market it, then I don't know what you do to market these days. I don't even market my YouTube channel. Because it, like, feels weird if I start up, like, you know, I just started Monkey Island 2. So I go on to, like, what, the Monkey Island 2 Reddit and post about it? That feels weird if I'm not, like, a regular poster of it on that Reddit kind of thing, you know? And it's not like anyone is going to see it on social media these days. Did not publish the game anywhere. Just had some friends play it. Reddit, Steam, do a YouTube video, pay someone for it. It is a little bit easier to promote a game. Yes, you can contact YouTubers. Then again, I get contacted all the time, and I basically ignore them all. Like, I'm very specific in what I like, what I want to do. Oh, that was an RPG Maker. Ah, I was wondering how that what that was in. I'd kind of just assumed it was a ROM hack. Mediterranean cypress, Cupressus sempervirens. With their distinctive shape and beauty, cypress trees are a common sight in Mediterranean landscapes. Did you know that their aromatic oil is a valuable ingredient in health remedies and beauty products? Alright, so we got the dark green crystal element at the top. So, since we have these two cypress trees, I want to... Let me see if I can find something and show it off. Yes, I do have access. Hold on. So, the classic Lego cypress tree. Here is a comparison. It's about the same height. Obviously, this has a lot more girth at the lower ends. These were not very common in sets back in the 80s. I have 5 from back then. But Lego was basically retiring the mold, and they did something really nice for Lego fans. And they put out a service pack where you could get 5 of these. A few years prior to that, I had said, if they do that, if they make these available, you know, for purchase, I'd buy 100. I bought 100. This was like over 20 years ago now, though. Still my favorite Lego tree. You recognize that round tree? You did not know it was actually Lego? So Lego has a few different... They still have the small pine tree that's about this tall that they still produce. They had a round, kind of ovaloid deciduous tree. They had a very conical pine tree with both thick leaves like this and thinner ones. And then this, the rare cypress tree, which is a little bit more of like a tall fir or something like that to me, but... all with the world's largest discontinued Lego tree collection. I don't know about largest, but I will say that box that I just showed you, with the price they're at right now, and I didn't spend this much on them when they came out, but now it's $1,000. That box right there is $1,000 worth. So get these classic or non-classic cypress trees in there. Some diorama builders probably have more. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I very much doubt that I have the largest collection of those. Alright, let's see. Grapevine, Vitis vinifera, a deliciously sweet and juicy food staple. Grapes were first cultivated by ancient civilizations more than 10,000 years ago. You have about 9k non-land, non-token Magic the Gathering cards. That definitely beats my old collection of around 2,700. Okay, get a cone, get a 6L bar with stop. Slide that in here. Oh, and that was my, yeah, that's my total card collection, including lands and stuff, so. There we go, get that on there. Magic the Gathering has like a billion cards to begin with. That's true. I stopped collecting a very long time ago with Magic the Gathering. There you are. Okay, just one half pin, and that is friction. There we go. That on there. Stick that down there, and another friction half pin. Right there. One by one cylinder plate with hollow stud. 2L bar with stop. 2 dino tails. And a 1 by 1 cylinder plate with bar. Get a leaf on there. Googled it, and Google says over 1 million cards. Good lord. I'm not even sure if LEGO has produced 1 million different parts. They've certainly produced a lot. Like, I mean, in terms of, like, 1 by 1 versus 1 by 2 kind of thing. Definitely in the probably tens of thousands, but I don't know about that much more than that. Alright, get that on there. Flip it over. Get a leaf there. Get the small stem plant here. Oh, and we're making 2 of these. Okay. Small stems. And then on this small stem, we are getting cherries. I think we're dealing with, like, well, wouldn't necessarily be unripe grapes, would it? It could be just green grapes. There we go. There we go. We're so close to illustrating a magic card? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry that didn't work out. That'd have been awesome. What happened? If you don't mind talking about it. Oh, actually, no, these are not going there. These are going here. On the secondary leaf elements. Friend who plays Magic the Gathering was talking about new crossovers for that had like Iron Maiden and Spider-Man and Avatar, and all you can think of is why. Money. Get more people to buy them. I mean, like, if you were a Spider-Man fan, you love Spider-Man, and Magic the Gathering comes out with Spider-Man cards, you might pick up Magic the Gathering and consider playing Magic the Gathering with your spiffy new Spider-Man cards. It's a way to expand the market. Okay, put that aside. The issue I find is when, like, there is also, like, a story element going along with the Magic the Gathering cards. So that's where, for me, it gets kind of weird. Whereas if there had never been any story at all, and these were never, like, supposed to be things in a world... Thought you were playing a fantasy card game? I mean, it's pretty fantastical for Star Trek characters to show up in Magic the Gathering. Okay, get that like that, and then this one. Like this. There we go. Okay, now flip it over, and we have bright green 3-petal flowers. Get that over here. That one here. And then 2 of the small 3-stem plants. One of them here. And the other one over here. Well, Bahamut, you can also just not buy those sets if you don't like them. Somewhat recall posting fan cards in the Discord, but you don't think you posted the actual artwork? So, this element here, this was originally the antlers of the, I think from 2 years ago now, the September minifig costumes set. It was the antlers for the reindeer costume. So it's pretty neat to get that in a different color. They're reusing that. I think they're like immature grapes. And then we get our other grapes on here. They're very wrathful grapes here, though. You don't want overly sci-fi stuff in your fantasy game? Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. Like, I get people who like Expedition to the Barrier Peaks type adventures in D&D, but that's not for me. I don't want to mix laser guns. I don't even want to mix the aesthetic of laser guns in my D&D. If it's something else that isn't, like, such a, like, I don't mind it in, like, Secret of Mana kind of thing, or Final Fantasy to a certain extent. Like, the classic trope of the ancient advanced empire, and you get some of their stuff. I don't mind that so much, because A, it's a trope, and B, it's just a computer game and a console game kind of thing. Doesn't bother me as much in that kind of way. But I care more about D&D and stuff. Okay, and then that gets right there. There we go. So we got the immature grapes, and we have the mature grapes. Get that over here. There we go. And that's it. All right, spare parts. We have 2 dark green Wolverine claws. We have a bright green 7-petal flower, white reindeer antlers, lime green cherries, brown 1x1 cylinder plate with bar, brown 2L bar with stop, and a dark gray friction half pin. Secret of Mana Jeopardy reference was done well, yeah. I mean, like, there's an element of that game is not positioning itself as cohesive of a world as a D&D game, an immersive world. Okay, so there we go. Here is our fountain garden. Blanked for a second there. I'm a little tired. I didn't sleep super well last night, so I've been a little bit slow today. But very nice. I really like the tiling. That's very cool. Lovely plants. Lovely, lovely plants. The little roofs over this and the column work back there. All the different plants that you get. Really nice. First LEGO stream, you thought you'd give this a quick peek while you play a video game, but you ended up actively watching the whole thing. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm glad it's fun. It's fun for me to build and just, like, you know, kind of shoot the breeze with viewers and stuff like that. Talk about different things like Magic the Gathering and Secret of Mana and stuff like that. Immature grapes sound like they laugh at fart jokes and draw crude genitals and things. But yeah, this is really nice. My one complaint is that they didn't do the feet the same way that they did for the bonsai tree and the tranquil garden. They're just bricks on the bottom. And I think that the actual rubber feet would have been better, because right now, like, this slides pretty easily. Actually spins even easier, which is weird. And I think that the rubber feet would have been a nicer change. And of course, because of, you know, the way the bricks are, there is some wiggle when things move. But it's also nice that you can, like, rearrange the things, you know? You put the birdie here, you can put the bench over here, that kind of thing. That's nice. You can also pop these parts out and change them around. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, but before we wrap things up, let's see what we can do to get back to our classic roots. Our classic roots. I did not forget the minifigs. Okay. So, let's see. We have 3 columns. I did bring my dice from where I play D&D. So, let's roll to see. One. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, a D8. 1. All right, very first one. I should probably consolidate these now. We are currently, like, we left this one. There's actually only one minifig that we have not gotten out of this set. Like, one minifig left, and then we'll be done with this set. We need the lady construction worker. Alright, let's see. Where is my prediction? There it is. Start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. You don't need to show me that again. Alright, get your predictions in. Go ahead and get my timer up as well. So we're all ready to go. Alright. A little bit shinier these days, but the only minifig that we have not gotten yet is the construction lady. So get your predictions in. Right, I also need to roll to see what the die gets. So I'll roll a d20. 17, that's going to be a reroll. 10. Alright, so the die is saying the coffee guy, the barista. For Lil Bunny, a Minotaur botanist researching sweet peas. Bahamut rolled a 5. That would be Abraham Lincoln. There might not be any more Abraham Lincolns. 2 for Isom, and that is President Business. Leonin Gardner fighting a gopher. What is this, Caddyshack? Leonin Caddyshack? Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Abcody gets a 16. That would be the mermaid lady. Which I think is what we got with our last stream. The very last LEGO stream before I had to move everything and put it on hiatus for a while. So get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Vigistry also got a 16? Oh, I did miss that. So the mermaid for Vigistry as well. All right, get your predictions in. All right, and they're closed. Okay, so that was 10. There's my timer. And go. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? There is a torso. That does not help me any. There are legs. That doesn't help that much. Okay. Got a 1x2 plate, a tile. Okay. 21.3. Oh, all right. 21.36. That gets the ceiling light right there. I'm gonna have to do something about that. All right. 21.36. Let's see if that is correct. Actually, did I say that it was the Scribble Cop? Because I should have. It is correct. It is. I felt the hat. I might not have. It has been a little while, but it is the Scribble Cop, and that is what I was predicting. I like poured it out, and I was like, "Hey, that's what I got." Wait, did I actually say that? Let's go ahead and make him Scribble Cop. Good cop, bad cop. There we go. And there. And let's go ahead and choose the outcome. Alright, 20 to 50 seconds. You'll allow it. Good. Complete the prediction. And who is getting the hams? Lord Canis Vigistry and a Chutney Bucket getting all of the hams. Very nice. Abcody, Kinshir, and Ice Oven going for within 20 seconds. No one going for 50 to 60. I definitely should have sandbagged it to get hams. And Bahamut and Wolfon going for no. Alright, well, he can get up there. Let's go ahead and... That is our 5th one, so hopefully that means that there are no more. Okay. There we go. So put that aside. And then we have our next one. We are still missing the Snake Charmer, the Cthulhu Alien, the Goblin Bandit, the Fencer, and the Space Mercenary guy. So let's see. D6. That is 3, so we're going into the middle. And I will roll a D20 for that one. 2. 1 and 2. It's a very bouncy, bouncy pad for the dice. Alright, let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. Let me go ahead and roll my die to see. 11. Alright, that is the Fencer. That is saying the Fencer. You're going to say it's a hot dog guy? He's just trying to figure out who's responsible. Vigastry, you're saying 5. Alright. Bahamut says 3. That would be the unicorn. Vigastry got 5 for the goblin. You don't know what you're doing? Just click the thing. You're predicting. You're predicting what it's going to be. How quickly I get it. Ice Oven going for 9. That would be the construction worker, which is what we got at the very end of last session as well. So get your predictions in. Well, Bunny, guess Minotaur farmer growing food to sell in a bakery. 5 is all right. The goblin. I mean, he has a very big sword. It's a very big sword. A very, very big sword. Leonin Cabbage Merchant. Are people going to knock over his cabbages? Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? It's yes. Wow. Wow. So mean of them. Whoever is knocking him over. Can't see the sheet to make a guess? Yeah, it's a little reflective. I'll see about. I'm gonna see about like doing something with that light. Maybe hang some paper or something like that. See if I can get that to make it less reflective. Make some rage because barbarian. Well, maybe he shouldn't be selling cabbages then. Maybe he should be, you know, doing barbarian things. Alright, predictions are closed. Alright, the die was there on that guy. Okay. Alright, and we are ready. Let's go. Let's see. What is it? What is it? Is that what I think it is? Yes. Ooh, a 19.88. That is the mercenary guy. Oops. Came off there. All right. Let's see if it is in fact the mercenary guy I am feeling in there. Yes, it is. All right. Get his head out. I did feel the armor piece, which is different than other armor pieces that we've seen. 1988 was a good year. That's true. He has a plain black torso. They definitely would have put some decorations on it these days. He does have 2 faces. We'll do the colored face. for the visor, I think. The heads-up display kind of thing. I'll see if I can remember how to zoom in. He's ready to dual-wield his pistols as well. All right, let's see. Where's my thing? Where is my thing? I moved everything around, so I'm not as familiar with where things are. All right. There we go. So getting a little reflection, but he's got like a winged ship design there. Something. It's also on his torso. Actually, yeah, it is the same thing. I do like the two clips here, so you can put his guns back there. It's a very, very cool armor piece. The symbol kind of makes me think of Warhammer. I don't know a whole lot about Warhammer, but I don't know why. It just makes me think of Warhammer. Let's zoom back out for him. So let's go ahead and mark that down. And let's complete the prediction. Choose the outcome within 20 seconds. All right. We got redeemed the guide the raid. Complete that prediction. Who is getting the hams? No one! No one! I get all of the hams! Nom 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 nom. Delicious. So good. Happy little soldier of fortune. Starship Trooper, yeah. No one went for within 20 seconds. Nice. Isov and Vigistry going for 20 to 50. Kinshir and Wolfon going for 50 to 60. And Bahamut going for no. But I get all of the hams. They're all mine. All mine. Okay. Now, last time, we actually did get the last of our minifigs here. We got the Boogeyman. So we are done with this one. That one is retired now. And we are now starting the weirdest, the absolute weirdest of all of the minifig sets so far. Because they're actually race cars. They're race cars. There's 12 of them. They are like 10 of them are actual F1 teams. These are licensed things. In fact, let me go ahead and zoom in so we can see them a little bit more easily. Sorry for the reflection. There we go. I know nothing about F1, so people who do know probably will know what these are, but I do not. So I got one of the green ones, and I don't remember which one to get this sheet. We have not done any of these. Let's go ahead and start a prediction. Actually, before we do that, let's see. So, I only got one of each. I have a bag full. So I'm just gonna shake it. Ald only knows FF1, yes. That's true. Alright. So, there we go. The set that was just released in September is Spider-Man, so I'll definitely need to get those as well. But we're going to go through these pretty quick. There is only one of each of these. So, this is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be going with yes with guess, yes with die roll, yes with weight, but they all weigh the same, and no. So, what we're going to do first is start the prediction. go ahead and get your predictions in. Put this onto 1, because I'm going to shake it and make the guess based on what's inside. Of course, they all have the exact same parts, just in different colors with different printing. They all weigh the same, with the exception of variability due to glue on the boxes, because they all have the same parts. Everyone knows black bricks weigh more. So let's see. We have 7 for Ice Oven. That would be... Oh, these aren't even numbered. Ugh. All right, so that would be that dark blue one. Not a Rogue AI. 1, that would be black. 4 for Bahamut, that would be the black and red. Abcody also got the black one in number 1. 11 for Wolfon, that would be the purple one. 9 for Vigistry, that would be the green and black one. Howdy, Luna. How's it going? Yes, Lego Stream. They're finally back. Lil Bunny guesses a Minotaur angry race car driver. They should probably not be angry. That would probably be bad for them. A Quickling pit crew. I love Quicklings. I love Quicklings. I need to throw more Quicklings at D&D players. They're so much fun. So 10 of these are actual teams in F1, and then one of them is like the other 2 are kind of fantasy teams or something. Leonin Maniac race car driver who always spins out. That seems like he would not get much work. I don't know. All right. Predictions are closed. So first, we'll roll the die. 10. All right, so that is the black, white, and red one there. I'm going to shake it. Obviously, it is this green one here. Obviously. It's got to be that green one. Next, we'll go ahead and weigh it. Oh, look, 24.54. Obviously, that is the red and black one here at number 4. So I will indicate that with the pen. Okay. Let's see. Which one is it? Oh! Oh, wow! It's the pink one. It's pink and blue, actually. No, wait, okay, so it's not that one. Which one is it? Oh, it's got to be number 6. It's got to be number 6. Alpine, that's what it is. We'll open up the sheet so we can look at the instructions on the back. They are the exact same, because they are all built the exact same with their own unique pieces. Nope, that's not how it goes. Actually, maybe it is. No. No, it doesn't seem. Yep, that is how it goes. All right, there we go. All right. Yes. So it has they have a unique dual molded helmet. I'll kind of pull them when we get them done. So it has 2 pink wheels, 2 blue wheels. And it has a car base, which is like the bulk of the model. Go ahead and zoom in on this. Like it's the bulk of it right there. We also have Alpine, which is the team. Some printing. These wheels have printing. These wheels have printing. Here's the dual molded helmet, which does have printing on the top. I don't know if they're going to be using these helmets for actual minifigs. But it's dual molded. I think it's not actually black. It is actually transparent. It just looks black from the front. It has a new piece, which is I think 5 studs wide. Might be... No, it's 4 studs wide, but with a 1x1 center point. We got some printing here, which is the same. And then a printing here. And do we have printing on that? No, we do not. Alright. So let me zoom back out. There we go. Alright, so... oh, actually, I did forget one other thing. There is a very strange jumper plate element with a very tall stud. 1x2 tile with a very, very tall stud. Not quite... Like, I think it might be about 2 plates thickness. But I'm not sure. Might be more or less. I don't know. No stickers for all to disrespect. No, these things never have stickers. So we get the white frictionless axle pins. They do not have friction. And let's see, the blue wheels are on the front. The pink wheels are on the back. Get the front. I don't know what that is. It's not a spoiler, because the spoiler's on the back. Get blue there. Oh, also, another new element is the handlebar element. Let me zoom in on that. So, like, lots of new elements here, but at the same time, like, not any variability between the sets. But this is actually kind of neat. Like, there's little holes here that might take a... actually, you know what? We can test that. Will it take a... Yes, it will. All right, so we can get, like, feather elements in it. Oops, I was a little off camera. So we can get feather elements in it. Friend's handlebar, maybe. But this is actually going to be useful for, like... let's see, is it 3 wide? Yes, it is. So that could be useful for a lot of greebling on spaceships and stuff like that. So that's actually kind of neat. All right, let me zoom back out. Minotaur and Leonin go out to the same pizzeria for dinner. Is it the pizzeria by the jazz shop? So that goes there. This element has the white head and then the helmet on for the driver. That goes right there. We get, Alright, let me flip this over. Oh, also, let me, choose the outcome. I should probably do that. So we had number 6. We'll mark that so we don't forget. And it is a no. We did not get it with a guess, we did not get it with a die roll, and we did not get it with a wait. So let's complete the prediction. So who's getting the hams here? Just called a front wing. Alright, that's... makes sense, actually. Alright, Vigistry, Wolfon, and Bahamut getting all of the hams, getting more than double. Very nice. Iceoven going for yes with weight. No one going for yes with die roll. And Kinshi are going with yes with guess. Alright, so, let's see. Okay, 1x1 cylinder tile. Pink 1x1 plate. And then a 1x1 cylinder plate with underbar. That gets in right behind the head. These are, of course, all built the exact same. So pink 1x1 tile slope back there, and the Alpine logo back there. Get our curved slopes. And the 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles in black. There we go. So, I mean, in terms of, like, a neat little race car, they're pretty good. They're not bad. There's a lot of interesting new pieces on them. They do their job. If you're just, like, you know, if you just want to drive them around, be a kid, play with them on roads. I would much rather have preferred actual minifigs, but, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. But they do all build the exact same. That's kind of the weird thing. All right, so spare parts. We got a black 1x1 cylinder plate with underbar. Got a, I think this is actually dark pink. 1x1 plate and a 1x1 tile slope. Yes, it's definitely dark pink because that's bright pink. There we go. Wonder if they work on Hot Wheels tracks? I don't know. I have not had a Hot Wheel set in a very, very long time, so I could not say. So, this is going to be the minifigs that we do for a little while. When these are done, we'll definitely go on to the Spider-Man ones that came out in September, and I have not gotten those yet, but I will. But that is going to be it. Let's go ahead and get that raid. Let me see. Nostalgic Juice. Let's get that raid queued up. Okay. All right. So, I want to thank you guys for coming on out. Go ahead and get that raid going. And I will see you guys next time. We will be back on Friday. We might be back early on Friday to do a longer LEGO stream. I haven't decided yet, but keep that in mind. Because I do have a lot to build, and I might do something longer. We'll see. So once again, I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and we will be back next time. See you then, everyone.